What's up guys, I'm Kadena with Crypto Now or Never and welcome back to another one of my videos. If you enjoy this style of content, please do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. As always, none of this is financial advice. Let's get into it.
I have a dream, that's all I need. I'll make it happen with some work and belief. Know what I want.
Alright, so as a lot of you guys know, it's been several months since I've actually made a Speedy video. And you can see that as we stand right now, Speedy is at a $2.8 million market cap. And one of the last times that I talked about Speedy was around this range right here. And in my last Speedy video, I was talking about how I would like to see Speedy start an uptrend. And you can see that we had a very strong breakout and then price action just broke through and bled for a very long time, several months. And basically during that time, I just wanted to see if Speedy would survive. Fast forward to right now, and Speedy for the first time in a long time appears to potentially be putting in an uptrend. You can see that Speedy had a very strong breakout off of the bottom, and then it put in a higher low and now a higher local high. Now, does this guarantee that it's the start of an uptrend? No, it does not. But this is a very good start. Now, I will say if you look at Bitcoin right now, you can see that Bitcoin is breaking out of this bull flag. That is also a very good sign. So you could argue that that is the reason that Speedy is bouncing, but that's the reason that most projects are bouncing. If Bitcoin's just dropping, most projects are going to bleed. And Speedy is definitely pumping at a higher percentage than Bitcoin and Ethereum. So yeah, from a technical analysis standpoint, this is the first time that Speedy has had some major excitement in a long time. Probably close to 4 or 5 months. What I will say about Speedy though is that they have been grinding this entire time. When you look at their X account, they're around 5.3k followers. But they've literally been posting on here every single day, which is something that I do respect. They just posted 13 minutes ago, why should you buy Speedy? Docs dev, secure audited contract, no tax, and active team and community. And I definitely would like to point out the community aspect of Speedy. That is also something that hasn't really gone away. Sure, obviously they're not as active as they used to be when they were at a $40 million market cap. But I know that they're still active because they raid some of my other videos. But what I think is probably the most fascinating thing about Speedy right now is the fact that it is a $2.8 million market cap. And before this, it was ranging in that 1.5 to 800k range. But what you have to remember about Speedy is that Speedy does actually have a huge name. Yes, it is true that Speedy is down significantly from its all-time high. However, it still reached a very high all-time high. The fact that it once reached those levels means that it had a lot of attention at that time. So now if Speedy starts to break out, the reality is a lot of people already know the name Speedy. It's not necessarily a project that has to do a ton of marketing. Yes, obviously marketing is going to help, but the fact that a lot of people already know the name is very good. Now, also to be clear, am I saying that right now is a perfect time to buy Speedy? No, I am not. However, the fact that it has put in a higher low and now a higher local high is a good start. Definitely keep your eyes on this project. But that's really the main update for Speedy. Do understand that there's a good chance Speedy is also going to follow Bitcoin and Ethereum. I already talked about that a little bit earlier, but still keep that in mind. The reality of Bitcoin right now is that yes, it is breaking out of this bull flag. However, the stochastics are still at this point extremely overbought. The stochastics have been extremely overbought for nearly 3 weeks now. The odds of a strong breakout with extremely overbought stochastics are much lower. However, right now it does appear to be defying that side of technical analysis. But don't count out the possibility that we would come back down and retest the 200-day moving average. That is absolutely a possibility. And we could potentially get a bounce off of this level, which would be a bullish retest. And then the other thing you have to remember is that the next FOMC meeting is next week. So that could cause a lot of volatility. All of that being said though, if you guys are interested in joining a like-minded community and getting into projects super early like Speedy, then I recommend taking a look at my Discord. As a lot of you guys know, we've been making huge gains in here. I first posted Speedy in my Discord at a $178,000 market cap and it ran to an all-time high of 45.5 million. At its peak, you guys could have been up a 255x. Just to put that in perspective, a $1,000 investment could have turned into over $250,000. So if this is the kind of community that you'd like to be a part of, you can find the link right here on my YouTube homepage. I'd love to see you guys in here. But that's about all. Let me know down in the comments whether or not you guys are still bullish on Speedy. If you found this content valuable, please do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great rest of your day.